When you are SABS or ISO 9001 certified, commitment to quality, it's no longer a choice. It's no longer optional. It's no longer like you doing it now because no. Now it is your daily bread. You have to be committed to quality. Everything that you do must be documented. And everything that you do must be done according to the documented information. And then that documented information needs to be monitored. We actually closed down. There was a period where we actually sat and decided that, you know what, the department is not delivering the product that it's supposed to deliver. So
what do you think about the industry now as a whole in South Africa? Do you see it stagnating or growing, or is it like what have you seen over the last 5 years in the security industry?
Ever since after COVID, the security industry has grown a lot and massively, because that's where people actually saw that it is standing and it is going nowhere. So there is a huge growth. In the last 5 years that I am here, I've seen that it is growing. I see most people are starting the security businesses, even though some start because of starting without having the good, the relevant knowledge, and then they fail along the way. But it is a very, very massive and fast growing, I think, sector, because of the opportunities that it comes with. And then people actually started taking security for granted. And in fact, they stopped. They stopped taking security for granted ever since COVID happened.
Your role now as a quality manager at WiseGuy, what does that mean?
Most of the people actually fail in compliance because they take it as a burden. If you can take compliance as your daily operations, I don't think it will be that much complicated as people make it look, because people make it like it's something that will actually distract your whole, your whole working process. But it is actually, if you can take it on your daily operations, then you won't have to have the runnings away when the SIRA inspector is coming, because it's your daily thing that you make sure everything is done according to, the regulation of SIRA. If it's SIRA, you make sure that everything that you do, it's done according to, because in every sector, there are rules and regulations that are set.
Okay, so interesting. So you basically, instead of putting out fires, you try to be more compliant as possible.
Yes, that's where the quality assurance actually manager comes, because you make sure that first of all, you set out like how do we want to work as a company, as an organization? How are we achieving specific goals? You have to set goals, and you have to work a process on achieving the goals. You have to monitor them. Make sure that the goals are monitored efficiently, and then the product is delivered effectively without defect.
But now, what do you say about some of those directors and people out there that feeling like, why must you have a quality manager where if you're hiring a manager, he must expect to do the quality? Why do I need to pay somebody to check up on somebody else's quality? What are they not seeing?
I can say another definition of quality is customer satisfaction, because the whole point of having equality, you want to satisfy your clients. You know that if you deliver quality product, your clients are happy. So quality, it's all about delivering a quality product to satisfy your clients. So if they don't see the importance, I would just say they should open their eyes broader to see their customer satisfaction as priority.
And in the long run, the ROI will pay off for itself. Basically.
In the long run, then you will see the benefits. Because if you have happy clients, it means you will attract more clients, and obviously you will attract organizations.
So, Wise Guy Academy has now achieved the ISO 9000 certificates. And how would you describe that, the Academy's commitments to quality, consistency, and accountability?
I always say to colleagues that actually when you are SABS or ISO 9001 certified, commitment to quality, it's no longer a choice. It's no longer optional. It's no longer like you doing it now because no. Now it is your daily bread. You have to be committed to quality because you have specific way of working. There's no one who will do what they want or what they think is right. Everything that you do must be documented. And everything that you do must be done according to the documented information. And then that documented information needs to be monitored. And we need to come back and check if you are still on track. So commitment comes naturally when you are certified with ISO 9001 because you have to meet the standard.
Okay. So, what happens if some department, when you're doing your audits, don't meet the standard? What happens in that situation?
You know, the nice thing about being ISO 9001 certified is the fact that it gives you an opportunity for continuous improvement. Because if you are not now meeting a set objective that you are given, and then you are not going according to the procedure, you will be given a non-conformance, which means there is a defect in a process. You guys are not following the process according to how it's documented. We will give you a non-conformance report that 1, 2, and 3, it's not done according to. As a department, as a team, go sit down, brainstorm. Tell us, how did you guys get here? What is a quick solution for this problem that we are seeing now so that we can get the client out of the way happy? And then after that, go back to the drawing board. Tell us what caused us to be here. What is the root cause of all this non-conformance that we are having? And then now you have to come up with a corrective action. Like, what is the final solution to resolve this problem so that we don't come back to it again? If it comes to the fact that we have to change the procedure, so be it. Because the procedure can be changed as long as it is agreed upon and communicated.
So, what challenges have you seen when you were going about implementing the change?
I think the most challenge is resistance. That's what you get a lot when you are in my department. You get the resistance a lot because no one likes change. People likes things the easy way. You know, you don't have to submit documents. You don't have to get it approved. You don't get to get it authorized. You just do it. People they like it like that. So with the implementations of procedures, you have to bring everyone to the table. Guys, this is your system. This is your work. Please tell me, how do you want us to do this? So everyone brings in an input. That's how we actually implement it. And then when we have drafted everything, then that's where we agreed upon. We communicate it, and then everyone signs for it, that we agree this is the way forward. But it's not easy because the resistance will always be there for the first few months. You'll see that they'll still go back to the old ways, but until it is enforced. Because once it's communicated, it's documented, then it means it has to be that way.
But what does it mean on an international scale to be ISO 9000 SABS?
To be SABS certified, it means that you are actually on top of the map. Because number one, it's not easy being ISO 9001 certified because actually everyone is running away from the responsibility. It comes with a lot of responsibility because you have to keep everything on track. You know, you have to know all your A's up until to your Z. who does what, how is it done, how is it filed, how is it moved from one department. Everything it's department, like there's no gray areas. So it gives you that once it says SAPS approved, it means all the corners are checked. Everything is verified. So the quality of that product has so much weight.
The system helps you get back on track. And for me, that has been the most refreshing. And I just feel that, you know what, the opportunities sometimes when we were actually had to make the investment in this way as a director, it was a challenging one. But now that I look back, I'm so grateful that I actually decided, and you know, I got good consulting from everybody, and the team is obviously thanks to the team and yourself now as a quality manager, where the company is, because now you can build on this. You can move to a new level.
Exactly.
But without it, you will just stagnate, and there will be gaps in your organization that you might not see.
A lot.
And if you just think that you're going to take things on face value when you go to your department, you speak to your head manager, is everything okay? Yes, everything all in order. All in order. You know that at the end of the day is the MD is so busy, he doesn't have time to worry about if the procedure is following. He's only worried about, you know what, am I going to make payroll? You know, am I going to get more business? Is my contract going to be extended or not? You know, am I going to get more contracts? He's only thinking on that lines, revenue lines. He doesn't think on procedural lines.
Yeah. Everyone is accountable. If you don't see A, you know who to go to. And that person cannot point someone else because it is his responsibility that everybody knows. So the accountability you can't run away from. That's the nice thing about procedures. You outline the process, you identify the roles and the responsibility. There's no hiding away. There's no shifting of blame. What's yours, it's yours. And we need it from you, period.
Yeah, and just thinking on that, what comes to mind is like we started this procedure a while ago, and a lot of the staff members that were there at the beginning are no longer here now at the end. And so so you know, my advice to anybody out there that's wanting to go, and I know I speak to a lot of directors, there's like two that come at my that's coming in my mind now, that constantly says like they do want to do it. But what will happen when you start this procedure, a few of your staff will leave, will fall off, and you will have to get new ones because some people just are not willing to change, and then they can't handle change. Certain people just don't do well in in a new environment.
Yes, and accountability. I think accountability is what makes people to fall off.
Yeah.
Because now they know they need to be responsible. Because, you know, in a company, I've also noticed that you have those people who are actually doing the work without being monitored, without being constantly monitored. That person is actually delivering. And there is that people who are always looking busy, but you don't know what they do.
Yes.
And then when it comes to account, you just can't tell what this person is doing. So those kind of people, when you are bringing in something to the table that, okay, fine, guys, now we're going this direction, then they're going to have a problem because already they were, you know, all over the place.
No, I know in the book Traction, it says like, you know, you shining a spotlight on a certain section in a dark section. And I don't want to say it, but it's like sometimes you see like, you know, sometimes you put on a light and then you just see the cockroaches running away. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the party's over now, guys. The light is on and everybody's been exposed. And yeah, and so for us, I mean, like you're saying, you know, the transformation that it went through. And, you know, we're sitting now here with a knowledge and an experience of and we can guide other organizations to tell them that this will be a sober experience when you actually think that the person that you've been trusting all the time, telling you that things have been done, but they haven't been done.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a thing that you're going to have an awkward conversation with people. Some people are going to victimize you. They're going to eventually, what some other people are going to do, they're going to start calling out other people so they can shift the attention of their bad behavior on somebody else to become your ally. It's like a Game of Thrones. I don't know if you watch that, if anybody watches that.
Yeah.
It becomes very political, and but you have to go through that, because I feel that if you do not do that, there's no way that you can scale your business to another level and another level.
Implementing this, taking this actually ISO 9001 route helped us a lot. I think if you can look at our firearm department, we had the most challenges, especially in 2024. I think last year was the worst. So I saw having been certified with ISO 9001 helping us a lot in implementing and re-looking at the department operations, like how everything is managed. So when we started this year, I think we all are aware that we actually closed down. There was a period where we actually sat and decided that, you know what, the department, it's not delivering the product that it's supposed to deliver. So we just took a route that it needs to take a break. So I think from March up until June, we were not taking new students because we were still working on the system. And I saw the importance of having and documenting systems, because after we opened in July, we actually came back that like we never left, because it just came back and then it was just flowing nicely. You could see there's a direction, even though we still have like few challenges, but you could see that now it's lighter, it's brighter. It's easy to work in the department, because it was actually very frustrating every time you're sitting there. Another thing that I should also bring attention to other directors, the importance of customer satisfaction, because the reason we came to the decision of actually closing down was the customer feedback that we were getting. Because it's important to collect customer feedback, analyze it, go through everything, find out why clients are unhappy, and then sit down with your team, work on a solution. I think that worked amazing for Wise Guy.
Yeah, and I just want to say something on that over there. Now that you're highlighting the firearm department, we had to close down due to, we didn't have a system in place when we started out, and we were on the journey of learning, and obviously we made mistakes that cost us a closed window.
Yes.
And we're not apologetic about it, and we obviously I can openly say that a lot of people doubted us and thought that our organization at itself has not good intentions. And I think we had to fix our brand, and there's still some people out there that doubt us. I mean, I hear people talk about Wise Guy's firearm department because of past mistakes that the organization made, which we corrected. And I think only in time people will understand what this organization stands for and the integrity. And people can say what they want to say, or and be negative, and but we know that we are doing the right thing. We're always striving to do the right thing. If we do mess up, we'll put up our hands and say, listen, you know what? We've messed up, but show us a better way. And so I know we're doing a fantastic job in the firearm department.
Yes, the team is actually doing very well. The team there is actually doing very well. And to tell you the truth, as much as like I am saying that other people will not see, because they actually don't know where we actually come from. Actually, they won't understand. But I'm telling you that numbers don't lie. We keep having new clients, and we're having an average of 20 clients a month. Actually, we are the most training center that gets the most firearm clients because of the referrals that we get from our previous students. So they can, say or take it however they take it, but numbers don't lie. People, still want this product because they know the commitment that we have in making sure that the product is delivered, on time and without defect.
All right, Tuli, it was nice chatting to you about some of the topics, but I think we can go on for hours on the topic. There's so much other things. We are going to have you back in here. We can maybe discuss maybe more a little bit about the ISO 9000 and a little bit. We can basically give people an insight. What does it actually look like, to actually start and finish? What does an audit look like? And I think they'd be interested in that. But I want to take the opportunity to thank you for coming on the show and sharing your expertise. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people that enjoy the show. So, guys, if you do like the show, and please comment at the bottom if there's anything else that you want us to talk about, because this is a huge industry. There's a lot to cover. There's like SASITA, there's PFTC, there's SIRA, there's QCTO, then there's in the guarding, there's arm response, CIT, CPO training, there's advanced peace officer, national key point. So the end is the end is limitless. So so we just scratching the surface. Tuli, final words?
I would like to say, I think it was nice being here. Not that I am inviting myself back, but I think I had a great time being here. And to our Wise Guy clients, I think we appreciate our clients a lot, because honestly, we are where we are because of our clients.
Well said.
And the consistency, the referrals, because our clients are giving us good feedback. In my department, it's one of the things I work with. I analyze clients' feedback, and the feedback that we are getting is amazing from the clients, and it also helps us to. Because there's also recommendations in between. It also helps us to look at other things, like how can we improve to make sure that we meet their expectations. So we appreciate our clients a lot.
100%, man. Yes, well said. I couldn't say it any more better. It's all about the clients, guys. You've made this all possible. If it wasn't through you guys, we wouldn't even have a podcast studio. We wouldn't be able to serve you and everything, guys. And please, if you took any value in this episode, please share it with somebody that that wants to get into the industry. And yes, we appreciate obviously your time and attention that you're giving us over here. And hopefully you can catch us in the next episode. Thank you, guys. You've been watching the Security Guide. Stay safe and stay legendary.